Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This week, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Instead of a weekly tarot reading like I usually do, I'm going to be doing a reading for what your spirit guides want you to know. This is always for your highest good, whatever it is you may need to know right now. Not always what you want to, But as always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest with me because it may be for somebody else. And without further ado, let's get into the reading. So, first card is the Knight of Cups. Then we have the Two of Swords. My cards are turned around. You would think that I would know what I'm doing by now. Ace of Coins, Eight of Swords, Queen of Wands, Judgment, Page of Wands, the Ten of Cups, Ace of Swords, Justice, Judgment and Justice. We have the Page of Cups, the King of Coins, the Six of Swords, and the Seven of Coins. And of course, I always have my cards on the outside telling a story, which we will get into at the end. We have the Five of Cups, the Three of Coins, the Seven of Swords, and the Empress. A lot of major arcanas in this reading. So, let's get into it. The first card that we have is the Knight of Cups. Now, this is the journey that you are on right now. This is where you are right now, or the current journey that you have placed yourself on, or they have placed you on. Very ominous. The Knight of Cups is all about, a knight is a royal. The Knight of Cups is charging forward. That's forward momentum. Usually, the knights are the ones on the front line, battling out the war, right? The Knight of Cups is all about the emotions. So it's a war of the emotions, but it's a forward momentum war. So you're not stuck in place. You're not moving forward. You're not moving backwards. You're moving forward. It shows progression in your emotional balance, in your emotional state. You are growing, getting stronger, constantly finding new ways to deal with your emotions for whatever may come your way, whatever chaos, whatever challenges, whatever turmoil you find yourself in. This Knight of Cups is on the front line fighting for your emotional strength. And then we have the Two of Swords on top of that. The Two of Swords aids the Knight of Cups because there may be situations that you are put in where your mind doesn't know which way to go. Your mind sees two doors, left and right, two paths, left and right, and you're not sure which way to go down because you don't want to make the wrong choice. Nobody likes making the wrong choice. But that is when the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, steps in. You have the two of Swords and the Knight of Cups. When these two are linked, it shows that we need to get out of our heads and into our hearts. When our minds don't know where to go, follow your heart. Because the Knight of Cups, like I said, he's on the front line, he's charging forward, he's got his sword, he's got his shield. He will protect you no matter what. And that will help when your brain doesn't know what to do. And there's many times, especially this week, I know what it's like. There's so much chaos going around this week. We just came out of the new moon of Leo. There's so much chaos. New moons always bring a lot of prosperity and a lot of chaos as well, right? And our minds don't know how to deal with that. So we follow our hearts, we follow our soul. So we look at the Page of Wands. There is also the Ace of Coins. And we have the Ten of Cups. So now these three cards tell a story. So we have the Page of Wands. The Page, also a royal card. The Wands are more external value, external resources. The Page of Wands shows me that you're on this journey of asserting yourself, finding your confidence, finding that external social confidence, balance, dealing with the chaos around you, dealing with all these challenges that may come your way, figuring out how the hell you're going to do that, right? Especially with your brain being scattered and you don't know where to go. Page of Wands shows me that you're at the beginning of this journey, that you're figuring out as you go, right? It kind of shows a little bit of an immaturity to the situation, not knowing really how to deal with it. Although you have a lot of experience behind you with dealing with other challenges and other obstacles that come your way, when something new comes your way, it's about figuring out how you're going to get through it, right? You don't quite know how to deal with that quite yet. And we have the Ace of Coins next to it, right? The Ace of Coins, again, shows new. It's something brand new. It's a new form of wealth coming into your life right now as well. So again, it's something that you have to get used to. you're used to all of the things that's a brand new journey that you're on, right? It's a brand new journey where your emotions are in charge. Your emotions have taken the lead, and your mind is scattered, and the external forces are brand new, and the internal wealth that you gain from everything is also brand new, and you're kind of just figuring it out as you go. But the one thing that we know for sure is the Ten of Cups is also there. Your emotions are in check. No matter what comes your way, your emotions are solid as a rock. You're on the front line fighting the battles. You have the Ten of Cups right there. You're in a happy place. So no matter what is happening around you, at least you know your heart's protected. Right? Your guides want you to know your hearts are protected. Your emotions are not going to falter. The knights are on the front line fighting your battle. So we move on to the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords, like I said, external forces, internal forces, the mental forces, they're fighting their own fight. The Eight of Swords shows that this imbalance that you see, right? This Two of Swords, not knowing where you want to go, has put you in a position where you feel like you're kind of trapped. You not being able to choose a path leaves you stuck. It leaves you in the same spot. And this is not really where you want to be right now. You know that you need to move forward, but you don't know how or where or why. So knowing that, now's the time to speak to your guides, meditate, listen, and just hopefully the answer comes to you. Judgment means that you are on the right path, no matter which path you choose, left or right. Even if it's the wrong one, go back, go down the other path. Your guides are with you. Your higher self is with you. Your spirit guides, your spiritual family, they're all with you. Whatever path you go down, it is the right one for that time. Whatever lesson you need to learn down that path is the lesson that you need to learn for this time. It is the right path. Nothing is wrong. So that indecision that's going on in your head right now, it's just to delay what's to come. Your guides are with you. Get out of that stuck mentality. No matter which path you go down, it's the right path. So just get out of that. Just move. The Knight of Cups is ready. The Knight of Cups is mounted. He's got his lance in hand. He's ready to charge. Your emotions are protected. You don't need to worry about getting heartbroken. Just move. Just find out which path looks best. If that one looks a little bit more green, go down that one. Let's see what goes down that one. Maybe you find some roses along the way. Right, moving forward, we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is all about a mental reset, if you will, right? The new ways of thinking, new ways of dealing with these things. So again, we talk about like not knowing which road to go down. Pick a road, just go down one. You will figure out what lessons are down that road. You will find new ways of dealing with those emotions. At least making a decision will clear your mind already. Knowing, okay, I knew that wasn't the right one. I should have gone that route. Hey, you're right. Cool. Go down the other path. At least you're moving. You're not stuck, right? Being stuck is something that we don't want to do. We want momentum, forward movement. You get that new mindset. Clears your head. And we're met with the Queen of Wands. Now we move from the Page of Wands to the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands again is that external forces, right? But it's more of a feminine approach to it. So instead of gaining this assertiveness from from the man, the sort of like sword and shield wanting to like fight, confrontation. The feminine approach is more soft. It's more gentle. It's dealing with it on an emotional scale because your emotions are rock solid. You don't need to worry about your emotions. You've got the Ten of Cups and the Knight of Cups. They're backing you up. So dealing with these external forces in a feminine way through emotions, trying to negotiate rather than confront. Speaking about the issue at hand, trying to speak through emotions and saying exactly what you want and they want and coming to an understanding. That's more of the feminine approach. It's dealing with it on a much smarter way, right? Instead of sword and shield, hit each other over the head. Whoever falls night first loses, right? That's the that's the man's way of doing things, right? And then we come to justice. So again, the scales will tip. The scales will find balance, right? Again, we're dealing with the feminine approach. Like I said, you find that negotiation, you find that that balance. Justice is all about finding that balance, right? It's how are you going to tip the scales in a way that everybody's happy. Sometimes not everybody can be happy. You just need to find the best solution for the situation that you're in. Sometimes that means giving up something that you really want in life, or understanding that you can't make everybody happy around you. Maybe you're a people pleaser and you don't want anybody else to be upset. But sometimes there are certain things that just cannot be obtainable for that situation, and you need to find what that balance looks like and what that balance feels like. And that might be a difficult thing to achieve, especially with everything going on, with your mind being scattered and all that stuff. But that, again, it grows a different kind of lesson. It grows a different mentality. It grows a different external balance. The Queen of Wands understands that things need to be this way, and move forward with it. And again, if it's wrong, you go back to it and you tip the scales the other way and see if that works. We have the Page of Cups. Again, we have new emotions. So dealing with this force of having to tip the scales, whatever that may mean for you, if it's a business proposition where contracts are being signed, the justice is also about contracts being formed. So if it's a partnership of some sort, if it's a relationship partnership, or if it's a work partnership, or even just a partnership with yourself, finding that moment where everybody can sign and be like, okay, cool, these are the rules and regulations, so let's move forward with our life, right? You have the emotions, you have the strength inside of you to make that deal. Whatever's best for you and best for the company, best for the relationship, best for all parties at hand, right? But in saying that, moving forward, after you sign on the dotted line, you get to a place where everything's brand new again. So you've gotten to the point where you've gotten the confidence to get to the page where you're signing, right? But now it's about keeping that relationship as solid as it is. Now, going forward, you need to, it's not all about making relationships now, it's about keeping that relationship strong. And that creates new emotions, that builds up new confidence and different kinds of ways of thinking again and feeling, and so on and so forth. It's constantly rebirth of new journeys. Every time we end a journey, we start a new one. Otherwise, if we don't, we get stuck or we die. The King of Coins comes up after the Page of Cups. The King of Coins shows us that whatever contract is being formed, whatever signature you're putting on this document is going to bring in a lot of abundance. It's going to bring in a lot of wealth for yourself. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm saying that you're going to be Bruce Wayne, you're going to be the richest person in the world, right? But it brings in that wealth inside of yourself. It will bring you to a point where you feel good. This contract that you're going into is good for you, right? It brings a lot of confidence. It brings a lot of assurance. It brings a lot of joy, a lot of prosperity, a lot of coins. Maybe you do get rich off of this. I can't say for sure. One thing that I can say, we have the Six of Swords over here. The Six of Swords is also about strengthening your mindset. It gets you out of that moment where you're feeling stuck, where you're feeling like you don't know where to go, left or right. That indecision. It takes that indecision away, and it gives you, well, six swords, right? It gives you many different ways of dealing with one situation, many different ideas, many different avenues, many different focuses, and it strengthens your mind to know that no matter which path you go down, it's going to be the right one, and you're going to figure out your way through. Now, instead of two paths, you have six. You thought two were bad? Well, now try six, right? It gives you a lot more to deal with, and it's not necessarily a thing that's going to overwhelm you. It's a thing that's actually going to give you more strength. It's going to give you more confidence than you thought. Because having the reason why I say that is, I'm in a situation right now where if I only have two ways of getting out of a situation, that makes me panic. But if I have six ways of getting out of a situation, I feel way more comfortable. I have many chances. I have many different ways that I can get out of this chaos. I would rather have way more like ideas and exit routes, right, or paths than just having two. Two feels way more chaotic for me, and maybe it does for you too. And we're left with the Seven of Coins. The Seven of Coins is the last card in our journey. The Seven of Coins gets us to the place where we can share in this wealth, where we can sit down under a tree with our pet, relax, knowing that we have made it, right? And then whoever comes along this path, or if we see anybody that is in a similar situation that we were on, we can help them through it with the lessons that we have obtained through our journey, and hopefully those lessons that you've obtained can help those along theirs. Reason why I do this, right? Hopefully my lessons can also help you. Right. Then we look at the outline cards, like I do it at the end of all of my readings. So we have the Three of Coins over here. Three of Coins also represents forming contracts, not necessarily. Justice is more of a a contract, like signing a name on a dotted line and everything. Three of Coins kind of represents more of like a partnership, right? Partnership can be marriage, it can be work, it can be internal, but it's more about connecting with people, where justice is very focused on contracts. We have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups represents a bit of a loss situation, right? So now when we're dealing with the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords, and we don't know where to go, it can make us feel like we're lost, that we don't know where the hell we're going. It can make us feel like spiral out of control and not knowing which direction to go down. So that goes hand in hand with those cards over there. Right? We have the Empress, which is all about growth, planting those seeds, allowing those crops to grow, tending to those crops day in and day out. It's not just about like, I use manifesting as an example, right? A lot of people have the wrong way of thinking of what manifesting is. It's not just about putting something on your visionary board and next day you have a Ferrari, right? It's working. It's having an idea, having an end goal, but then putting in the work, like growing crops. You can't just plant the seed and then hope for rain to come and do its thing. You have to actually water the garden, make sure that the soil is right, constantly tend to it so that it grows and it's in the perfect environment for it to grow. And then when you finally have the crops, you can then reap the rewards from it. That's what manifesting is all about. That's what the Empress is all about. That's what this contract and these relationships that you are forming is all about. And the final card that we have here is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is all about, where the Six of Swords is strength, the Seven of Swords is all about, it comes after although it comes, it's before the Eight, right? It's basically an example. It's picking up the pieces after the battle. So once you're able to finally find the path and get out of that stuck situation that you're in, you can then focus on what lessons and all these things that you want to take along the way, right? You don't want to be constantly feeling stuck in that situation. You don't want to be stuck in the war. You don't want to be constantly fighting in the stuck situation. So that Seven of Swords represents the end of that cycle, the end of that battle that you're constantly fighting, and picking up all the pieces that got lost along the way so that you can move forward in your life. So that goes hand in hand with the very first cards, the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords. It goes hand in hand with those of the Five of Cups. Those four cards tell their own story, right? So I don't really focus too much on the outside cards. They just add to the reading. So don't focus on those too much. The main lesson here is all about finding your path, going through that path, no matter which path it is, gaining that strength, that new mindset, that new form of emotions, the strong wealth that you gain from it, the strong mental game that you get from it, and leading to a point where you can actually share in your wealth, your lessons, your resources, your joy, your love, whatever that may be. So hopefully this reading resonated with you in some way. If it didn't, leave it behind, leave it with me. At the end of my readings, I like to pull out all the major arcana, because those are the major life lessons, especially the major things to focus on. That's what your guides want you to know right now. So let's see what we are left with. Yeah. But only 3. Wow. Such a intense reading for only 3 lessons, right? But it is quite an intense trio. So we start off with the Judgment card. The Judgment is all about knowing that you're on the right path. This is your calling. This is the right place for you right now, even if it may be hard. Even if you may feel like you're feeling stuck right now, or these doors keep getting closed on you. No matter what you do, no matter what you try to get this journey moving, you feel like you're constantly being held back, constantly feeling stuck. No, just know that you are on the right path. Judgment is there. They are with you. I don't know why you're feeling stuck right now, but there's a reason for it. And you just need to find that path that you can go down and just find a way to move. And justice comes in as well. That is the contract card. It can be a contract with yourself. It can be a business contract, relationship contract, any form of contract. Some contracts are coming in that will tip the scale, hopefully in your favor. But it tips the scale in the way that you need to find that balance, right? That's all about signing contracts. You're not going to sign a contract where you're going to be losing out. You're not going to be signing a contract where somebody else is going to get more than you, or if somebody else is losing out. If you are signing those contracts, please don't. Sign those contracts where everybody gets equal share for what they're doing, right? Equal share for the work that they're putting in, whatever that may be. And finally, we have the Empress. The Empress is all about growth, but it's not just about watching things grow. It's about working it. It's about being involved. It's about helping the growth get to where it needs to go. So, if you like that reading, please consider giving this video a like. Please consider subscribing to my channel for more videos to come, something similar to this, something different. And I will see you in the next video.